How's it going, guys? This is Shavark with Vark in the Lab, and today I have a Super Smash Bros. Melee guide for the Nintendo GameCube. This guide will be specifically talking about Cowlanding, also known as toy dashing. A long time ago, PewPew made a guide for toy dashing. Probably one of my favorite videos online. I got a lot of really good ideas. But back then, I feel like people labbed it for a little bit. They realized it's not the greatest, and it kind of just got forgotten about. For good reasons. I mean, it's not really the best option for Marth. And for characters like Donkey Kong, it's a frame one input. It's disgustingly hard. But there is a golden outlier that I want to say, and that's Ganondorf. This character works so well for this tech. It flows so perfectly with this character. His back air is very good. You know, you'll see a lot of top players wall out people with the back air really well. But he runs into this issue where he sort of commits, where he's committed to a drift, he's committed to standing in place or going to a platform. This gives a little bit of nuance, a little bit of evasion, a little bit of mixture to the play that I think really helps Ganondorf out. You can go see my other videos on Cowlanding. I have Cowlanding compilations of how to use it, what do you get out of it. Highly recommend you watch that video for motivation. So what is a Cowland? It's essentially just an aerial wave dash into the ground. And now how do you do it? You might think you can just air dodge after the back air, and unfortunately, no. We don't have Luigi, Mario, Dr. Mario powers. We cannot air dodge immediately after the back air. We have to do some manipulation. So I'm gonna give you guys a hand cam here, and I'm gonna show you guys my favorite method for doing this. So the idea is to back air, short hop back air, double jump, and then air dodge into the ground. So I use Z for the aerial. It basically makes it so I get my aerial as fast as possible. And I would recommend doing this for a little bit, get used to the timing, because if you do it too quick, you'll JC grab. So you want to get that nice timing. And then once you get that down, I'd recommend you guys double jump after it. Make sure you can get that double jump every time. And then after that, add in a wave dash input. Boom. So, just for more information, when I mean wave dash, I mean the whole input. So the jump, air dodge down, and the direction. So do a couple wave dashes, do a couple short hop back airs, smush them together. Back air, wave dash. Back air, wave dash. Right before you're about to hit the ground, do the entire wave dash input, and you will get this every time, I promise you. And if you don't get it, you probably did the bear a little bit too late, because you actually have quite a few frames. I think it's about 2 to 3 frames to get the Cowland. I'm not too sure on the exact frame data there, but there is a little leeway there. What you don't have a lot of leeway is with the back air. If you do the back air a little too late, you are never getting that double jump out. That's just how it goes. You are a slave to the double jump for this mechanic. And now, once you get used to it, honestly, you're going to find ways to manipulate your opponent, bait your opponent, get grabs, etc. So, let's say you don't like Z. What other methods do we have? So, this is method 2, is claw. And if you're a claw player or a Z jump, you know, I'm not a big fan of Z jump. I think it's the same thing as Y. So, Y back air. I would basically approach this the same way. Jump, back air, jump, back air. Can you do back air loops? Can you do double back air with claw? And it might get really weird trying to wave dash with R here. So I recommend using L if you want to claw here for the Cowland. I'm personally not the greatest at this. I would rather use Z, but this is a method you can use. And I know a lot of people might want to get really crispy Cowlands. I personally recommend going for the more of a triangle jump Cowland. I feel like you dodge more moves. You don't get hit as much. I feel like you do get more value against characters like Marth and Sheik when you do these really steep Cowlands. Whereas if you're fighting maybe Fox, you might want to go for a more cleaner Cowland. So that's the claw method. And there is another method that I do not recommend, but you can get good at it. It is the Unga Bunga Slam, where you go from X or Y and you just rip to the C stick. And I mean, as you can see, I can get it a couple times. I can get the double jump if I try really hard. But I feel like this is a strenuous action. I don't think it's that worth it. I know there's a lot of foxes that multi-shine. Maybe this method will be good for them, or if you lube your controller a lot. But I mean, you know, it's melee. There's a lot of ways to do things. If that is your cup of tea, you know, go for it. I recommend any method that works for you. But this guide is mostly just to give you the multiple ways you can do the Cowland. And I think that's it. That's my short little tutorial for the Cowland. If you want to see usages, I highly recommend you check out a couple of my videos. My Ganon combo videos has a lot of exposure for Cowlands, a lot of ideas. You know, don't forget you can do this at a full hop fairs. I think it's really good. I think it's very strong at a full hop aerials. So many people see these fairs come out and they think they can F-tilt you, they think they can shield grab you, they think they can fair you. And, you know, even if you go for the Cowland, you might get hit by these. But, you know, with timing and spacing, you know, you'll find ways to maneuver and slip around your opponent. Ganon, I feel like Ganon can become a very smoke and mirrors character. And if you're one of those type of players, I highly recommend you pick up this tech. It's very strong. Anyways, guys, if you have any other tutorial recommendations, if you guys want to learn how to piston stall, if you guys want to learn how to moon drop, I can make tutorials for the box, the GCC. Just let me know what you guys want to hear. All right, guys, take care.